Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining. I see that many of you are typing in the chat your names and your chapters. We want to welcome everybody. We see Portland, Atlanta, New Mexico, lots of folks coming on, Toronto, Northern Nevada, Tampa, Nashville. Welcome, Nashville.
Welcome.
You're our newest new of the members. Dallas, Boston. Great to see you all. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We are recording this, so feel free to share it with your counterparts later. But we are coming to you live from Crew Network headquarters in Lawrence, Kansas. My name is Laura Lewis, and I'm going to kick things off today. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer here at Crew Network, and we are thrilled to offer this webinar to tell you a little bit more about our organization and the benefits of Crew Network membership and how you can maximize those to make the most of them and be a member for many years to come. So we're going to start with some housekeeping here, and I'm going to advance the slide. Hopefully we'll see it. Maybe not. Okay.
Just the keyboard.
There we go. Okay, so a couple of housekeeping items here. We are going to do a Q&A at the end of the session, so all your questions can be submitted throughout in the same chat feature that you're putting your names in. We will, if any of the boxes are in your way of either the visual of us or the chat feature, you can just slide it off your screen using your mouse so you can see the slides. And then the slides and the recording will be posted, as I said, later. We will email them to you after the call sometime, and then we will also post the slides and the recording in CREWbiz so that you can archive them and use them in your chapter and to reference a little bit later. So without further ado, CREW, as you know, stands for Commercial Real Estate Women Network. And you likely joined us through a chapter in your local market. And when you joined that chapter, you automatically became a member of Crew Network. And Crew Network has 76 chapters and affiliates throughout the world now, and your chapter is one of those. So we wanted you to know that we were founded 30 years ago. Our anniversary, as you can see in our logo here, is this year, and we're super excited to be celebrating that milestone. We have nearly 12,000 members to date. This is the largest our membership has ever been. We're incredibly proud of that. And we want you to also know that Crew Network is made up of men and women. So women are comprised probably 97% of our membership, but men are welcome. And we do have male members and male leaders within the organization. Crew Network is the premier business network for individuals in commercial real estate. So we want to stress that we are a network and we are business focused. Our mission, and you've probably seen this on your chapter website or on our website or in your new member materials, is to transform the industry by advancing women globally. And we do that in a lot of different ways, which we'll talk about here in a minute. But we know that commercial real estate is a male-dominated field, and that is why we were founded 30 years ago, for women to get together and network in their market and between the East and West Coast of the US. Now we do that globally. And we believe that advancing you, our members, makes the industry better. We believe that companies perform better when more women are in leadership. We believe that there's more diversity in the industry when women are advancing. So this is why we do what we do. We have 4 pillars that move our mission forward. And these are the 4 areas that we focus all of our work here at Crew Network. The first is business development or business networking. Our first and foremost is to provide these business opportunities for you through events and other sorts of programming. Our second is leadership development. So we want to make sure you have the leadership skills to succeed in your career. And we want to offer you leadership opportunities within your chapter and Crew Network to grow as a leader. Industry research, which I'll talk about a little bit more later. We are the world's leading producer of research on women in commercial real estate, and that is due in part to the support of our foundation as well. And finally, career outreach. We know that there is a talent shortage in commercial real estate, and we are working to really increase the pipeline of women into the industry. And we do that through a few programs, 2 of which are called Crew Careers, which is to educate girls about commercial real estate, and UCrew, which is for university students to get them the networking connections they need, the career experience, shadow opportunities on campus at the university level to then go out into the industry and join us. So as I said, we're in more than 76 markets now, and this is just a visual of our reach. So those little pinpoints are chapters and affiliate groups, and we have nearly 12,000 connections globally. Now, we do also have at-large members, and at-large members are members who typically live more than 35 miles or an hour's drive outside of where a market or where a chapter is centrally located. So for example, Memphis, we have members in Memphis, and there's not anything close enough, you know, for her to participate or them to participate in, but they participate as an at-large members. They get all the benefits of Crew Network membership. And then of course are welcome at chapter events around them. Let's say now Nashville, our newest member there. We have a saying in Crew that land is local, but business is global. And even if you don't, you maybe only do business in one market, like Austin or Nashville or Albuquerque, for example, there are other people who may be looking for business in your market to do business with you. And Megan is going to talk about CREWbiz and that platform and how valuable it is for people to find you to do business with you and vice versa. That said, we do have a global agenda, and we have affiliates around the globe. So Canada obviously has, I think, 5 or 6 chapters, and we recently, 2 years ago, April, launched a chapter or an affiliate in the UK. And this was the launch of what we call our global agenda. And we want to expand globally to make our membership more diverse and our business opportunities far reaching. And you know, the folks in the UK are really looking to do business in the States and in Canada, and now they have those connections to us and vice versa. And I want to put out a plug for the Global Study Mission, which is a trip that we're doing actually later this year in April 29th through May 3rd. We're bringing a group of US and Canadian members over to the UK to meet members there, network, and learn about development in London. So this is an example of the way that we're expanding our learning opportunities, expanding our network by reaching out and truly being a global organization. So a little bit about who we are as a membership of 12,000. So we're very experienced. As you can see on the left, you know, we have the majority, more than half of our membership have more than 15 years of experience, and more than a third have 20 years of experience, which is pretty cool. And with our specialties, one of the things that sets us apart as an organization is that our members represent all specialties and disciplines of commercial real estate. And we think this is really unique because most organizations that you see in your markets do not do this. It could either be just all brokers or maybe property managers or so on. But we're unique in that we have the ability to do deals within Crew, to find those resources, to find those referrals. Our members are influencers, leaders, experts. You know, if you need help with a particular project or need assistance or need to find a deal, we have this network of professionals that will answer your call, or respond to your email, or respond to that CREWbiz post, as Megan will tell us about in a minute. But demographics and specialties aside, we are a diverse group of members, and we are here to help you, to assist you in your career. So these are 2 really compelling stats about our organization. So 76% are leaders in their companies, and we define that as presidents, CEOs, partners, or senior managers. And 72% of our members have given a referral to another member in the last 12 months. And this is really the secret sauce for Crew Network membership. We have a saying in Crew that goes, there are no cold calls in Crew. So if you pick up the phone and you call, you find someone in CREWbiz who has the expertise you need, and you call and you tell them you're a Crew member, they will take your call. Same with emails, same with those CREWbiz posts. And your members in your chapter can attest to this because it happens daily. One of the 4 pillars that I mentioned a little bit ago was industry research. And as I mentioned, we are the thought leader when it comes to women in commercial real estate. You know, we're often cited in the media, and that's because we lead with the facts. And the publications you see here are just some of our publications in the last 10 years or so. We do a benchmark study every 5 years. So our next one is 2020. It's coming up here soon. We're super excited. And then on the right, you'll see all of the white papers, and those we do annually. Achieving Pay Parity is our latest. And this is something, we have an industry research committee that drives the agenda for our research. And then we have staff here that are dedicated to moving this agenda forward. But this is really one of our hallmark initiatives. This is an example of some of the data that industry-wide is out there because of our research. So the average pay gap in our industry is 23.3%, and that was in 2015 at our last benchmark. This is why we're advocating for change for pay parity, because we know that this disparity exists. That pay gap is the widest in the C-suite at nearly 30%. So we know that men in the C-suite are making much more than women. And again, we are working to change that. Our latest white paper focused on pay parity, again, because we know that disparity exists, and we're trying to move the needle. And it has, one of the things we're proud of is that we have tangible action items at the end of this white paper for company leaders, HR folks, women to close the gap. And International Women's Day is tomorrow, something we'll be putting out on Twitter about some of these steps or these action items. And then Equal Pay Day is April 2nd. Another opportunity for us to revisit our advocacy work and our data. So these are 2 stats from our last white paper that I like to share because I think they're compelling, and I think it's another way that we need to advocate for change. But age 25, so when you enter the workforce in commercial real estate or in any profession, you typically make 90% of what a male in your profession makes. By age 45, so mid-career, you're having kids, you're busy with family, or you're a caretaker for a family member potentially, you're making 55% of your male counterpart. And then in commercial real estate, this is a stat that we found in our last benchmark. 1 in 5 women say that their family or marital status has adversely impacted their career or their pay. So again, we use this data to drive our agenda forward for industry research and where we go as an organization to work to advance women. Finally, Crew Network Foundation is our charitable arm, and Crew Network Foundation has been in existence for 20 years, and we just celebrated our anniversary last year. The foundation, which you will hear a lot about in your chapter and from us, this is the mission. This is our mission at work, and this is what we support on the charitable side. It gives 20 college scholarships annually, and those are $15,000 scholarships for college women. And how much? $5,000. Sorry.
I wish we could do 50.
That would be wonderful. 20 is the number of scholarships we give. They're $5,000 each. Yes. We got really excited there for a minute. That's one of the most tangible ways our mission's at work. And right now, actually, that application process is open. Our industry research is partially funded by the foundation. And then our Crew Careers and our U-Crew programs, which I brought up earlier in the presentation, these are what chapters are doing in your markets to engage women and girls in the industry and to give back. And this foundation is a great way to give back, pay it forward, lift as you rise. We have all these great buzzwords that we use, but it is our bread and butter and what we support, and you'll see a lot more throughout the year. So my takeaways from the first part of this webinar is to remember that you're part of a global business network of nearly 12,000 professionals in 76 markets. It's easy when you're day-to-day with your members and you're having luncheons and wonderful programming locally to forget about the larger network. We are here for you. We do exist, and we do, as Jenny will talk about, have our own events and programs and wonderful things happening. So I'm the marketing person, so of course I'm going to tell you to follow us on social media. We post here daily. This is industry insight, what's happening with our organization. Shout outs to our members who are doing wonderful things. We are on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and we have a YouTube channel that has all of our videos from past conventions and interviews with folks. Our new foundation video just came out. It's another great example. I encourage you to read our Crew Network emails every week. We send connections on Tuesdays. That's your weekly member update, if you will. So please read those for important information, updates, deadlines, leadership opportunities, events. And then Monday through Friday, you will receive from CREWbiz a open forum daily digest. And we'll dive into that a little bit more, but those are where that's where the deals are happening. That's where the connections are made. That's where you should be introducing yourself as a new member. And then also support the Crew Network Foundation if you're compelled, once you have the opportunity to learn more about that organization, and share our industry research. You as a member are entitled to free copies of all of our publications that we have in stock. So if you are compelled to get copies for your company or to share it with others in your market, we have an order form online and we will happily ship them out to you. So with that, this is a picture of me and my info, which will be in your email, but I'll move it over to Jenny Weisenbach.
Hey everyone, I'm Jenny Weisenbach. I'm the Director of Member and Chapter Services at Crew Network. As Laura stated, you are now a member of a global community made up of professionals from across the continent and even some from across the pond. Not only are we geographically diverse, but Crew Network members are professionals from multiple disciplines, spanning different generations and cultures. It might seem a little daunting, but rest assured, we are here to help you navigate the network. So first off, Crew Network is governed by a board of directors who are members of chapters, just like you. These industry leaders are here to serve you and are responsible for the strategic direction of the organization. Feel free to check them out on our website and reach out to them. Crew Network also has a staff of 24 professionals in our headquarters in Lawrence, Kansas. We work closely with both the Crew Network board and the chapter's boards of directors as a united force in our mission to transform the industry by helping you advance your career. I recently had a membership inquiry from a person who stated she felt somewhat like a unicorn in the industry, which I thought was an awesome analogy. So I invited her to join our network of unicorns. So welcome, welcome to that network. At Crew Network, everything we do is designed to help our members be successful, whether it's through the leadership development opportunities, advocating for women in the industry, or connecting you so you can give and get business. CREWbiz, which Laura spoke about earlier, it's arguably our most valuable tool. This is our online member community directory and resource center, and Megan is going to dive into that deeper in a moment. Crew Network also offers deeply discounted registration rates to attend our annual convention and leadership summits, which provide leadership and professional development training, as well as opportunities to connect with like-minded professionals. Crew Network's awards are also well known in the industry. Nominations are open through April 15th, so check out the awards page on our website. It's never too early to submit a nomination. And leadership opportunities. Watch for information about opportunities from your chapter to join committees. Crew Network committee signups begin in September. In addition to leadership opportunities offered within your local chapter, through Crew Network, you have chances to develop and showcase leadership skills, whether it's through committee service, board service, speaking at events, or writing for our News You Can Use program. The leadership summits that Crew Network holds 3 times a year are a fantastic value for developmental training. We offer concentrated leadership training, plus you get so many opportunities to meet members in a smaller setting. Since chapter leaders are required to attend, it's a very unique opportunity to network with this elite group. So I encourage you to attend these whenever possible. Our next leadership summit is June 6th through 7th in Kansas City, and registration for that will open next week. So you'll get an email about it. The Crew Network Leadership Certificate Program features year-long specialized leadership development, industry training, and mentorship. 3 in-person sessions are led by Harvard and MIT faculty with expertise in executive education. This program is open exclusively to Crew Network members. The 2019 classes have already begun, but check out the description on our website and consider making an investment in yourself for 2020. The class size is limited to 70 participants, so it sells out quickly. Registration opens in the fall. And new in 2019, we are having a corporate board training, which will be exclusively for senior executive women in commercial real estate to prepare them for corporate board service. More details about that are also coming soon. Just want you to have all of these on your radar. So, and when talking about events, I would be remiss to overlook Crew Network's annual convention, which is an industry-leading event where more than 1,200 commercial real estate professionals will gather to learn, connect, and advance their careers. You can see some of our past speakers here. We bring in some amazing thought leaders as speakers, and we offer many opportunities for business networking. You won't want to miss this year's convention because we're celebrating Crew Network's 30th anniversary. That's in Orlando in September. And you can check out Crew Network's events list on the website to see a full list of the events, dates, locations, and details. All Crew Network events are open to members. I've spoken about the leadership summits, the convention, the corporate board training, and the leadership certificate program, but we also have webinars, obviously. You're participating in one. We have board-hosted call, the global study mission, which Laura talked about earlier. So just check out the events and keep an eye on your emails because we'll always tell you when we have registration open for a new event. And while we are looking at websites, I want to point out a few differences and similarities between your chapter's websites and the Crew Network website, since you are new members. So many of your chapter's websites might have a similar look and feel to one another and to the Crew Network website. And this was done by design to establish the brand and provide a streamlined user experience for you. There are shared resources between these websites and Crew Network's website because we are a connected organization and our resources and initiatives are aligned. Other chapter websites look completely unique with some links that connect back to the Crew Network website. Regardless of their format, chapter websites provide valuable information to the public about local leaders and the chapter sponsors, events, and initiatives. Crew Network's website provides the same for our global organization, again, open to the public. And then you notice I said public there twice, and that was in preparation for this slide. So there's one more differentiator here. Your chapter's websites and the Crew Network website are both public facing because they provide information to the world about who we are and the initiatives we support. We want the events and the leaders and the sponsors to be visible to the public because it gives our organization more visibility within the industry. Crew Network has a completely separate website for member-only resources, and this is what we've referred to a few times, CREWbiz. CREWbiz is accessible from both your chapter's website and the Crew Network website, or by Googling CREWbiz, and it's where you will find the member directory, online discussion forum, and resources. Megan is going to talk more about CREWbiz in a moment, but I wanted to show you how they are two completely separate sites. So one thing we consistently hear from our members is that Crew provides them with a safe space. While that statement means different things to different people, we know our members encourage and challenge one another, both professionally and personally. But in order to do that, we need to know more about you. A key part of getting to know you when we are talking about a multidisciplinary organization with more than 12,000 members involves filling out some demographic information that lives on the Crew Network website. It also involves completing your profile on CREWbiz. And just remember, those are two separate websites. Megan will show you how to complete your profile on CREWbiz, but let me quickly walk you through the steps to get to my account. So this is from the Crew Network website in the box on the right where it says login. You'll enter your email address and your password, click login, and then up in the left corner there, you'll see where you can just click my account on that same area. As a member, your basic contact information is set up in our system using the information you provided on your application form. But we don't collect everything that we need to know about who you are. So please take a moment to log in and fill out the data on the About Me tab, specifically your area of specialty, which is critical for searches on the member directory, and the date you started in the industry, which is used to identify median experience for our members. We would also love you to provide details on your gender, race, date of birth, and salary for data purposes. None of that is publicly shared, but having complete data helps us to serve our members better. And one last note before I wrap up, get involved. Participating in your organization is how you are going to get the most out of your membership. Join a committee, attend events, and sit with different people. Find the leaders of your chapter and introduce yourselves to them and let them know that you are a new member. Practice your elevator speech on fellow members, and then once you get to know them, because this is a safe space, ask them for feedback on how you can improve your elevator speech.
Elbows, that's how you elevator speech.
Okay, so quick summary. Here are my takeaways. Get involved. Join a chapter committee or a CREW network committee. Not all committees require a lot of time. Sometimes that word committee bothers people, but get involved. That's how you're going to meet people and make relationships and really get the most out of your membership. Definitely log into my account and enter your demographics and specialties. And try attending a CREW Network event. Convention, it's going to be awesome this year. Or we have the Leadership Summit in Kansas City. Just check out our events on our website. And our staff here at CREW Network headquarters is here to serve you. Feel free to give our office a call. We would love to talk to you. And now I will, here's my information. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. And now I'll turn it over to Megan.
Been name dropped so much, I finally get to speak. I'm so excited. Hello, everyone. I'm Megan Cottrell. I am the Web Content and Community Manager here at CREW Network. And now we get to talk about this CREWbiz we've been talking about so much during the webinar. It's our game changer, and we believe this is our most significant member benefit. It really is a powerful business tool. And I believe Jenny has sold my literal lines off my notes here, but the CREWbiz community is accessible from our public website, as well as our integrated chapter websites, or you can simply Google CREWbiz or type in crewbiz.org into your favorite browser. So today I'm going to show you 5 key components that every member should know about CREWbiz. So my first key is, tell your story. CREWbiz is a great place to network and to do business with fellow members around the globe. And a great way to be a successful networker right out of the gate is to tell your story, talk about who you are. So if you haven't already, we invite you to log in and complete your CREWbiz profile. So this is a sample of what it looks like. There are many demographic options on this profile that allow you to highlight yourself. And we encourage all of our members to immediately start with 4 things: uploading your headshot, adding your bio, as well as your education and your your employment experience. As you see on the upper left-hand corner, CREWbiz has a little progress bar under your profile picture, and your profile is considered 100% complete once you have these 4 important things completed. If you already have this data in LinkedIn, as I'm sure most of you do, we have a handy import from LinkedIn feature that will populate that data for you. So that could be a simple game changer for you. And I'd like to point out, and I use this example a lot because it's so effective, that the bio has a significant importance, and I feel like it's almost the last thing people do because it's a paragraph. Nobody wants to write about themselves. But if you already have this in your resume or in LinkedIn, just copy paste it into here. As you can see from this post by Susan, she's a lawyer out of Chicago. She mentions the need for this for her business. She says, "I just had another frustrating experience of wanting to refer work to a CREW member in another city, but being unable to easily locate the right person because of missing bios." She says this literally happens to her every month, and says that's a lot of missed opportunities. And she's not alone in her opinion. This was the most popular thread in April of last year. Many people commented and agreed with her, and many people went and put their bio in because of it. So I use it as encouragement. If you don't believe me, believe one of your peers. The second key is our business network. So the beauty of CREWbiz is it gives you access to our entire member directory. And this directory is a key differentiator when facilitating deals amongst our multidisciplinary global membership. So once you're inside and logged in, use the Directories tab on that navigation bar to get to the member directory. A common mistake is that search bar. People will type names in there. That won't work. That search bar actually searches content on CREWbiz. So content is defined as the discussion threads, the blog entries, and the resource center files. It's not going to search the directories. When you are searching that member directory, you can use basic criteria like name, company, email, location, or you can scroll down and refine your search based on specific demographics that members put on their profiles. So for example, the chapter or affiliate group that they are affiliated with. This is a great way to go and see a list of everyone in your chapter. We also have a minority and women-owned business certification section. So this is handy to use if you perhaps work for a government agency or another company that has to give a certain amount of business to these types of certified businesses. This is a great way to find them in our directory. You can search for crew members who belong to other commercial real estate trade associations. I know many of you belong to more than one. So if you are attending a conference, Laura and I use this a lot when we go to ICSC's Recon. We reach out and invite anyone who is potentially going to that conference and invite them to like receptions and whatnot. And finally, they both mentioned this and very, very important demographic that is managed on your My Account page, the specialties. Here is a list of the section when you scroll down on the CREWbiz directory of all of the special areas of specialty that members in our diverse membership have. So if you are perhaps looking for a lawyer who does retail, you would select law and retail. And then there at the top, you can search for any of the selected values or you could search for all. So you have some flexibility on that. So here is where I do a little motivate by example scenario. Let's say I have a client who's looking for an attorney in Canada who has experience in franchising. So I remember I met this really impressive Canadian at a convention last year, and I believe she was with Norton Rose Fulbright, but for the life of me, I can't remember her name. So I head on over to the CREWbiz directory and I do a quick search on company name and country, and I immediately get 2 results. And because Julie has a headshot, I immediately recognize her as the person I met at convention, and I pull up her profile. So I read her bio, and I made sure, yep, she does have franchise experience. So I decide to refer her to my client, and as you can see, it's really easy to download that V card and then email it and share it with your client. And finally, the member directory is completely mobile in the form of a native app, so it's ready to go with you wherever your business and networking takes you. One quick caveat, to search the entire directory, you need to make sure you have search directory selected. If you have My Contacts selected, the app will only search amongst those members with whom you've connected with on CREWbiz. So that's a quick handy note there. And note that the search functionality on the app is a little more limited than the desktop version. You can search by name, organization, city, and email address. So if you want to do a filtered search like I need a lawyer that has retail, you would need to do that on the desktop, but this is super handy on the fly. My third key is about increasing visibility for yourself and for our association. Our speakers directory is the only section of CREWbiz that can be viewed by the public. We encourage our members to position themselves for future speaking opportunities by setting up their profile on CREWbiz. So under that My Profile tab, Select My Speaker Profile to get started. You can include your speaker bio, which can be separate than your CREWbiz profile. It might be very specific to a specific area of expertise. And you can upload past presentations, your speaker's fee, and more. We really recommend that you do this. And here's our top 3 reasons. This is included in your membership. This is a membership benefit, and it's very simple to do. So why not go ahead and sign it up? And number 2, you might find new audiences, clients, and establish more repeat business just by being in here. And you don't have to pitch yourself. You're already easily found by other members and by the public. So we also want you to encourage to look for fellow members as speakers and to promote this within your market to other organizations that you might belong to. This directory it's a one-stop resource to tap the expertise and the talent within our membership. You can search by topic, location, or by name to find somebody who might fit your speaking needs. And remember, this is a public directory, and we have a growing list of industry professionals who use it to find the right speakers for their events. So we encourage you to do so as well. And my 4th key is the deal-making opportunities. And this is quite possibly my favorite and part of Crew Network's CREWbiz is the open forum. This is a members-only discussion forum that allows you to share best practices, to network, to give each other business, as well as promote employment opportunities. The open forum discussion allows you to interact and communicate online and via email, and members are posting business deals here daily. Here is a perfect example. This commercial banking officer, she's looking to refer a client to an architect and someone who can assist with a facility study. And she got several replies to that. And here's another. This is one of our most popular threads. It had well over 20 responses to it. She's looking for 3 different people, and she wants to do an entire deal of crew members because you can. Remember, we're multidisciplined. And this one got a lot of traction. I think number 1, because its subject line was so powerful, so it's a great example of that. And like I said, these deals are getting delivered to your inboxes Monday through Friday every morning. You can see that second one there is that 100% crew deal. So you see why the subject line can be very important. So my 5th and final key is to post messages. This community is a means for you to exchange knowledge and expertise. So the key to tapping this expertise from your peers is to post a message in the open forum yourself. Don't recreate the wheel, get answers to your questions from people who might have already been there, already done that. You should also be encouraged to join in on these discussions and exchange your thoughts and wisdom with your fellow members around the globe. And I say it's a good idea before you post a message to search in that search box up the top. Your question might already be in there, and you might easily find the answer you were looking for straight away. So here are some more examples. This recent post by Michelle, she's looking for, she's researching new, new CRM solutions for her firm, and she's reaching out to her fellow members for an economical alternative to Salesforce. And she got a lot of replies to this. And I think we've mentioned this a couple times. And if you got my welcome email, there was a link to this as well. We encourage you to introduce yourself to the community. This is a great way to get your feet wet. I encourage all of you to take a little time to do this, share what you do, how long you've been in the industry. It's just a great way to get yourself out there. And maybe if you're not familiar with how communities work, this is a kind of a safe place for you to basically email 12,000 people and, and not mess up. You can't mess up talking about yourself. So those are my 5 keys, and I hope they were of some value to you. So if you have any questions about the community, I'm more than happy to help you. And my takeaways are to complete your profile ASAP. It's so important. You could miss out on a deal because because of a missing bio, as you heard. And to introduce yourself to CREW, a lot of our members watch that thread religiously and reach out to everyone who posts on it. So it's pretty neat to watch. And then take a moment each morning to peruse that daily digest. Again, I know you're strapped for time. I get daily digest from association that I belong to, but every morning I make sure to at least read those subject lines from each one because it might be of use to me. So those are my takeaways. And that's a wrap, but I think now we have
yes.
question time.
Yes, so I have a couple coming in. Just enter them in that chat function. Again, just hover over the bottom of your screen and a little chat icon should show up. So Donna is asking, how would a member at large get more involved in CREW or in volunteering? And Donna, I can start by saying CREW Network Committee Service is a great opportunity to get your feet wet in CREW Network leadership. We currently have, I'll say 5 or 6 committees, including industry research and communication editorial committees, finance, audit, member education for convention, and that's it. And those committees are at the CREW Network level, but applications open, I'll say in September, and they're open, I think, maybe for about a month. And so you apply, you fill an application, you state why you want to serve, and then that will be for 2020. So we work through calendar year. So you would apply, and then the CREW Network Board of Directors selects those committees in November, and the services in the next calendar year. I'm a liaison to 2 of those committees, and I can tell you they're fantastic opportunities to meet other people. You really get to know people in other chapters, but you also drive CREW Network's agenda. So if you're on the Industry Research Committee, you're part of the group that recommends the white paper topic for the year. If you're on the education, if you're on the Member Education Committee, you plan the sessions for convention the following year. Communications and editorial, you write articles, you profile members, you drive the content for CREW Network, for our website and our social media. So that is, those are a couple of the opportunities, and I would look for those in September. I will also put a plug in for foundation leadership opportunities. Our foundation has champion directors in every market or every chapter, and there might be an opportunity there as well if you're interested on the more philanthropic side.
And attending CREW Network event is huge.
Huge.
Yes, it's a great way to meet people.
The in-person meetings, yes, are very, very good.
Yes, so we hope that helps. CREW New Mexico said, do you recommend sending needs in one local area to the CREWbiz network as a whole?
Absolutely.
Yes. Megan, you want to speak to that?
I know that's a one question we get all of the time. I think there was one literally today. Somebody needed help with opportunity zones, specifically in Michigan. And somebody, I think it was somebody in Atlanta, referred her to 2 different companies because she grew up with them. So she might be from the area. I mean, everybody moves in your industry. Nobody's at where they're from. So absolutely do that.
Yes. I had a question come in. I had mentioned that approximately 3% of our membership consists of men. I think that's about true. But however, I will say with a caveat, some chapter membership, that percentage is much higher. So I think like, for example, CREW Orlando, their male membership might be about 10%.
Something, yeah.
But your question was, is the application process the same for men? Yes, to my knowledge. At CREW Network at large, absolutely. Our applications are the same regardless of gender. The chapters that we work with, absolutely, the application is the same. And yes, we do have plans to increase this membership population. I can tell you at the CREW Network board level, we have ongoing conversations in board meetings about this. This is an area where we've talked about extensively. CREW Network wants to be more inclusive of members of all demographics, and this is one area where we want to make sure that we're being inclusive. We know that we need men who support women to advance. So that's something that we're definitely keeping in mind as we work to increase our membership and increase our support. So great question. Any other questions? Just put them in that chat. Okay, here's another one. Does your local chapter need to refer you to be in a leadership role, or can anyone sign up? great question. So for committees, you self-nominate. For Crew Network Board of Directors and Nominating Committee, you have to be nominated by a delegate or a president of your chapter or another Crew Network board member. So for Crew Network Board and Nominating Committee, you must be recommended by a delegate in your chapter. Good question. Any others? This is the time. These are great questions. Anything that we missed that we want to make sure that they know?
We're very glad that you took the step to join.
Yes.
It's very nice to have you. The leadership certificate program that I spoke about, like I said, has already started for 2019, but it's an amazing program, and there are a lot of people. I'm making a separate plug for this because I know there are a lot of people who want to get in this. So keep an eye on your inbox. In the fall, we think September, October, it will open for registration. It's very limited. So look at the information that's available on our website for this year's session and talk with your employer or, just decide if that's an investment you want to make in your career so that once registration opens, you can be ready to sign up.
Yeah, and that's one of the ones I was thinking of too with the member at large. A good way to get involved was to be involved in that and be a part of that cohort, because they become very tight-knit and close. We like 3 classes of cohorts now, and they continue to work together even after the certification is over.
Yes, and I'll put another plug in for our events, our summits, those leadership summits. Registration for those for members is $250. It is a very cost-effective, valuable experience. You get professional development. So like this, I just looked at the agenda for Kansas City. We have a LinkedIn expert talking about how to leverage LinkedIn for your business. And then we also have chapter leader trainings. If you're an aspiring chapter leader, it's a great way for you to learn more about leading a chapter. The attendance is about 350. So it's a more intimate setting than convention, which is typically 1,300. To get to know fellow members and commercial real estate professionals. So those are some great opportunities to get involved, to meet others outside of your markets, or if you're a member at large, that's ideal. And you carry those connections with you throughout your membership and throughout your career. So I'll put another plug because those are top of mind. But I don't have any other questions coming through. So with this, we'll close and remind you that this link and the slides will be available, will be emailed to you in the next few days. And if you need anything, let us know. Look us up in CREWbiz. But we look forward to having you as a member and seeing you at a Crew Network event soon, or at a webinar soon, or anywhere Crew Network. So good luck, congratulations, and we will see you soon.
The slide makes me want to go like this.
Yay!
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.